With both brackets in place on the edges of the screen, I'm now plugging in my 30-pin ribbon cable. This cable, if it is not seated right, the screen won't light up at all, and you have to take it all back apart, try it again, which I just did. So make sure you get that really plugged in firmly, and then your tape here is sticky on the back, as is your barcode, and that holds it in place, but it does have to snap in firmly. So the wire's all repositioned again, and the screen in place. It should sit down on these little plastic pins on the hinge cover, hinge plates. And if all the wires are in the correct position here, these plates will sit down firmly. If not, then it's time to reposition the little wires one more time. There, and you see when they're right, it snaps down all the way down. Before I go any further, I'm going to make sure the screen lights up. And there we have it. 4 screws on each corner plate here, 4 small screws here, bezel back in place, and we're done. Incidentally, the one video I found that was anywhere similar to this screen replacement called for taking the battery out. In order to do that, you would have to disassemble the entire bottom of the laptop, because this one, the battery is internal. And then you can't test to find out if your screen lights up. Also, if you are working without the battery, if you've taken this apart and removed your battery, the computer won't boot back up until you have plugged the battery supply, the power supply in. It won't boot off the battery after the battery's been disconnected. Weird. Don't know why. Just worked that way. Booted up fine once I plugged it back in. Second time I went to replace it with the correct screen, I did not bother to take that battery out, because it was generally not worth the effort. Unless, of course, you happen to need to replace the battery anyway. This wire sits in these little brackets here. It's not very hard to position that little ribbon cable. And the bezel just snaps back in place. Watch when you're running your fingers around here that you're off the screen itself. There are a lot of little fasteners in there that you need to get caught back into. Not terribly difficult, just needs a little patience. New screen, no big black mark where I closed it on the glasses. Thanks for watching.